Gonna go for a triple word score here.
This is Darkseid 2, played by ADV Games Forever. We'll link it in the description there.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for letting us use your long play.
What's your favorite Pokemon?
Surrey Studios in Canada.
Oh, mine too.
Oh, excellent. Okay. So this is a Windows 3.1 game. It's very hard to get running, but as you'll see, you won't want to anyway.
R.I.P. Steve Jobs.
This is the ultimate insult. He's turning over in his grave right now. Rest assured you could never play this on an iPad, at least.
Not yet.
This is my equivalent of pouring out a 40 for Steve Jobs.
It wants us to soak in this title screen.
Yeah, it really does.
This richly detailed, transparent buttons.
I Let's Played Darkseid 2, is obviously after I did the Let's Play Darkseid 1, but did you know anything about this game, Beatus?
No,
into it?
I know there's head explosions, or a head explosion at some point. That's the extent of my knowledge.
That's all you know? You don't know anything else, like...
Well,
okay.
Except for our charismatic protagonist, no.
No, yeah, that Mike Dawson does make a return, although it is no longer played by the game designer from the first game, Mike Dawson. He's now played by a guy named Chris Gilbert.
Oh, it's a shame.
Also, the game was written by this guy who novelizes like Splinter Cell and Metal Gear Solid, named Raymond Benson.
Really debating over these 4 options.
I know, he's having trouble.
Or I should say choices, since options is one of the choices.
I bet Quit looks so tantalizing, even though a long player.
Only. But it would be my shortest long play yet.
By the way, if you see any compression in the videos, that is actually how they look on Source on the disc.
Okay, so that was an intentional design choice.
The videos are really compressed to hell to fit on a CD. So, and we're gonna see that eventually.
Should there be power lines?
Here we are. Running through a Giger hallway.
Checking the air ducts in my new house.
Where are you?
He's saying, Rita, where are you? If you didn't hear, by the way. Okay. This is a Swiss artist. Worst nightmare is this hallway.
Help me, Mike.
And this head.
Help me, Mike.
Here's how lazy they are. If you look, they didn't actually change the background graphic of her head. Like, it's not really melting or anything.
Help, Mike. I'm made of silly putty.
Help me.
This terrible MPEG? I don't even know what you can call it. Yeah, that might be my favorite thing ever. Except for this. Jeff Foxworthy,
It's the same dream.
Dark God.
Go Bears!
I'm searching for Rita in the dark world.
How bad his nightmare was. It was like exercise.
I never make
Wear
it back to the portal
wear
in time.
pajamas next
It's
time.
been more than a year since I foiled the ancients' plans to grow an alien
And maybe
embryo
sleep
in
under
my
your
brain,
blankets.
And still the dark world haunts me. Rita's murder is just the latest reminder that
So,
no place is safe from the dark.
We're starting in media
Not
res,
even
so
my
to speak.
hometown.
Mike's sort of girl he's dating named Rita has been murdered, and he's sort of prime suspect.
And the Bears didn't make the playoffs, so...
No.
It's just
And
the worst.
He's still sleeping in his clothes, but his house looks a lot better this time.
At least my fencing guy portrait looks good.
I'm just gonna stare at the door knocking.
What does that sound mean?
Come in. The door's open.
Your mother let me in, Dawson. I had some more questions to ask you about the murder.
Your mother?
Do I sound tough when I talk like this?
I'm prepared to speak with you now. Now that I have bridged the distance between us.
I gotta get close to show you my
Last
respect.
week, and you left out a lot. Witnesses
Are we
said
singing
you
the
and Rita
national
left
anthem,
the
by the
bank
way?
together.
I'm sorry, am I the player supposed to come up with an alibi for Mike, or what? Say you were drunk. That's my option.
I was fencing while watching the Bears play the Cougars, even though that's impossible.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
Last week?
And the quarterback was throwing stuff over my bed.
You seem to be a little out of it, Dawson. Doesn't sound like
I'm
those
sorry, I was
psychiatric
studying a big
sessions
nothing
helped
on my
much.
desk.
You've been sleeping in your clothes again.
This is a great
Look,
thing to tell
I don't
Sharon.
remember being alone with Rita that night. I don't remember anything. I must have gotten
Doesn't
drunk.
his voice actor make him sound really pathetic
that
this
so?
time around?
It's classic
People
Mike
said
Dawson.
They heard you two arguing outside the school building.
Like, before it was like, the battery still works. Now it's like, I think the battery still works.
Am I a suspect, Sheriff?
By the way, I hope you like long dialogue trees.
Especially everyone who was close.
What do you
to
think
Rita.
that thing in the lower right is? Do you think that's like some heavy metal LP he
Rita
has?
and I weren't that close, Sheriff.
Now, we all
This
know
is a heavy
you and
metal
Rita were
LP.
an item back in high school.
What I'd really like for my video game is two characters statically looking at each other.
Yes, we checked. You headed up an advertising agency in Frisco, but you've been living with your mother.
I'm glad
for
this
the
long
past
player is
year.
taking the renegade path.
Rita and I didn't really see each other much since I moved back home.
Renegade from what exactly?
Just how much contact did you have with her?
By the way, how many things do you need that point at your bed?
Look, we only saw each other a few times.
I see.
By the way, did
Having
you
a
gasp in a
relationship?
dream recently?
I asked her out a few times, but she was always too busy with the library and stuff.
So Mike's not
What
doing
sort
too
of
good with the
stuff?
girls, I'm taking it.
The library and stuff.
She always
I don't know much about her, even though we dated.
stuff to do.
For the record, too, Rita's not the librarian from the first game. That one, we never learned.
Whoa, spoilers? Maybe?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Did you ever attend one of these reading group meetings?
Oh, Rita had reading group meetings.
Tell me what the hell goes on at that there reading group meetings.
This is the first suspect interrogation I've ever done.
Am I being respectful enough?
We weren't intimate, if that's what you're getting at.
Thanks for digging up a wound, Sheriff.
Damn. Tell me about her cock blocking, Mike.
Well, I sort of wanted to have a relationship, but Rita didn't.
Well, that's,
That's
are
why
you sure
you
you
killed
dated? Or did you just ask her out and she said no?
You sound like too much of a pussy to be a murderer, Mike. I'll be frank with you.
Mike?
Look at all his comments.
Jeez.
Sheriff, I didn't do anything. I just can't remember what happened that night.
That's a cool,
No, you're
airtight.
good.
That was the same excuse he used when he designed Darkseid.
That was what my lawyer told me to say.
I cared about Rita. I want to find out who killed her as much as you do.
Look, why don't we just get in this
Just
bed and
how
watch some
much
television?
did you care for Rita?
Even though it's pointed away from the bed and toward the desk. But the
We
chairs
weren't
to the back,
intimate,
too.
if that's what you're getting at.
Wait, didn't we already
Didn't we say that?
that?
Yeah.
You sure you're not repeating yourself, Dawson?
Mike, are we in one of them conversation loops?
Can we put this off until later?
All right, Dawson, but stick around town.
What kind of
Feds will wanna talk to
interrogation
you
is
when
that,
they
too?
get
Like, I have a headache. Can we stop? Yeah, alright.
Feds?
You got me, Mike.
You mean the FBI?
You and your damn rights.
Either asking for a lawyer or
Much
saying you
like
have a
that,
headache.
he
Either way in
trampled over my
Texas.
turf, but the mayor wants me to bring him in.
What's Mayor Fleming's interest
Ah,
in Rita's murder?
this is called good cop, idiot cop,
He
I
wants
think.
this case solved quickly with the election coming up and all.
I'm glad they
He has
looked at
some friends
Darkseid
in the
1 and
Bureau,
said,
believe
can we make
me,
this
they
more
won't go
boring?
easy on
A
you.
little too much happens looking in our attic.
So his
I wish I
entire
had something to
election
tell you,
hinges on
Sheriff.
this one
I
case?
really do.
This one murder.
I take it we're not in
If
Chicago,
you
the city.
remember anything,
No.
see me down at the station. But your memory had better return by today, or things won't look good for you.
Much like this game.
I'm just gonna watch him walk away.
That's really... What do
are you looking
you
at me
think I
for?
should do? Okay, I'll
I've been
go
afraid
over
of this
here. Hey, a
closet ever
door.
Since I was a little kid.
It's been
I
locked
used to
ever
have
since he was a little
nightmares
kid.
about monsters coming out of it at night.
You know, there are things you can do about that.
Nope, not Mike
This
Dawson.
closet has been locked ever since I can remember. The key was lost a long time ago.
Well, what are we gonna do if we can't unlock our own closet?
Well, better get the rope and
Smells
climb
good
out the
in
window.
here.
Ah!
Mom must be cooking something special.
Yeah, Mike lives with his mom, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, the cop
events of
alluded to that.
Darkseid 1 traumatized him quite a bit, to be fair.
I didn't kill Rita, is the
Morning,
other
Mom.
option.
So it takes the sheriff to wake you up, Mike?
Kind of on suspect for
What are
murder,
you talking
Mom.
about the sheriff, Mom?
Fine.
Mom,
You
is
never
that
feel
thing
like
on the
talking.
fridge really my best drawing?
I think I'll eat over at Hank's for breakfast.
You should know better than to eat the
I'm
greasy
boiling
food at
potatoes
that
for you
diner.
at 7
I thought
a.m.
you were
and
going
you
to
won't
start
eat my
eating
breakfast.
healthier. You're not in high school anymore, you know.
Watch your step when you go under the chicken above the door.
With all those pots
Mom, why do
banging.
you have generic computer-generated
Sorry, Mike, but it's time
potware
that
in the
you got up.
foreground?
The sun has been shining for hours.
Gosh, Mom, you treat me like I'm in high
Mom!
school again.
Why would he treat,
Well, then
treat
start
you like you're in high
acting your
school?
age. You came home to recover from your nervous breakdown, which is fine, but you've been here for a year
Yeah,
now.
it sounds
When
fine.
are you going back to your job?
Mom comes from the exposition side of the family.
But I have an extended sick leave for as long as I
After
need
you
it.
left California a year
Well,
ago,
I think
you
you've
flew out
recovered from
here.
whatever it
Here's
was.
all the events
I
of
don't
your
know what
previous
happened to you in that
experience.
old house in California, but surely it could
Is she like Ridley's aunt? Is that what's happening?
I think that's the case, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Go
I made
easy
some
on
potatoes
me.
for you.
What I went through last year was far worse than anything you could imagine.
Ever.
I've lost a husband and a sister to cancer. Your
What?
father left me no insurance money, and I have arthritis.
Here's some more backstory.
And I have
Mental hospital
arthritis.
with a nervous breakdown.
On
Wow.
top of your father
It
dying.
wasn't a nervous breakdown.
Oh, you come from
It
the
was-
exposition and the guilt trip side of the family, I see.
I
I
understand that
definitely
you're
have
always
breast
moping
cancer.
around and acting like a bum. Come on, Mike. Why don't you finish up that novel you were
Mom, I
writing?
think the water's ready.
You're ashamed of me, aren't you?
Yes.
No, son. I'm
Oh,
not
you were
ashamed
talking to
of
her.
you. I just wish I knew what was bothering you. You were always full of
The
energy
bird is my
and
one
life.
true son.
Since that nervous
Mom, I was
breakdown,
forehead
all you
raped.
do
There's
is
no
stare
counseling
at the
for that.
wall.
It's rough.
I'm having a hard time getting motivated.
I
No,
just
Mike,
like to
you're
stand in
late for
place
your
while I
doctor
talk to
appointment.
people.
You're never going to snap out of your depression unless you see the doctor. And after that, I'd like you to do some errands for me.
I'm on trial for murder, Mom.
But I've got things to do today, Mom.
Prove my
You don't
innocence.
do a
Do you
damn
have my
thing
sack
around
lunch
here
ready?
anymore.
I'm starting
You
to
have
get
my
a headache.
Garfield lunchbox, so
Mom!
That's
hiding
what your
evidence.
medicine is for. You know where to find it.
Mom, tell me how
By
to
the
trick
way,
the lie
Mom.
detector test.
Thanks
I'm
for
glad they
taking
put a
care
little
of me this
rooster
past
over the
year.
door. It's that kind of artistic
I
detail
love
that
you,
really
Mike.
drives home the
Just
realism
want you
of
to
Dark
get
Seed
well
2.
again.
Absolutely. That and the oven and the fridge matching, I love it.
Now I'm just gonna go back to steaming my hand. That's a cure for arthritis, I've heard.
This is how you make tea, isn't it?
We just took some refrigerator magnet, by the way, for our first item of the game.
Oh, that's important.
It's a happy face refrigerator
When I
magnet.
was
Game
a kid,
hinges
my
on the
family
success
used
of
to
that.
gather here to watch television.
The whole family would watch television here.
The television in your bedroom probably provides an equal entertainment experience.
Dad hurt his neck, like, leaning
So
over to
this
watch
is
TV.
where I left my camera. I'll bet
Speaking
there's
of
some
Dad, is
film
that
inside.
him on the wall with a psychedelic background in the painting?
Yes. Is that like a mushroom in his left hand, too? Just for context, we took a camera there. Very important.
I have to believe it.
Camera and a fridge magnet.
I'm
Phoenix
getting
right,
hot
we are
lunches
not.
to the school children. In other parts of the country, law enforcement officials are
I'm
still
having a
bewildered
seizure
about
on the
murder
air.
of local
Aye.
Scanlon last week after the high
3
school
frames of
reunion.
animation? That's more
When
than
asked about
enough, come
potential
on.
suspects, Sheriff Willard Butler replied,
Oh, man.
Michael, you and your kind are in grave danger.
And now
once
to
again.
what the fuck for
the
weather?
ancients have returned. I am sending something to assist you. You must act
She has, like,
quickly.
plumbing hooked up to her face.
warned that
And
this
that
is
was
the second
sports.
local death this year, and residents should always
Back
be
to you,
alert
John.
on the
They
national
show a
news
severed
scene.
head.
There's someone at the front door.
Oh, don't get the package.
Mom, how do I answer a door?
Mom, will you get that for me?
It's a ticket for a traveling carnival over in the
Didn't even
park.
say anything to him.
He just took the package. At the signboard, it's a ticket to a traveling carnival.
No more questions!
This bathroom always smells of Mom's perfume.
Oh, this bathroom does not fit with the rest of the house. Shit.
More badly computer-generated shit in the foreground.
Welcome to the second bedroom that we converted into a restroom.
Look, I could ray
Mom
trace
insists
soap
that I
for
keep
you.
the pills Dr. Sims prescribed for me in the family medicine cabinet.
It's called the
Surprised she's
anti-head
been counting
exploding
the pills to
meds.
make sure I'm taking my medicine.
So you can take medicine again, just like a Dark Seed one.
He prescribed me Shinobix.
I'll bet these pills are just placebos Dr. Sims prescribed so that I think he's doing some good.
Are you a
Yeah.
clinical trial subject?
I'm just gonna look at my 3 items.
This
Maybe the
ticket will
smiley
get me
face
to the
sticker will
traveling
cheer.
carnival in the park.
That was clearly drawn with, like, MS Paint. That was just, like, a real quick, like, here, it's a smiley face, whatever.
My old 35mm camera. There's only one shot left on this roll.
Better take it of me, Mike Dawson. And he
Whenever
points
I
at the
look
mirror
one
and
of these
takes.
smiley face magnets, I wonder what it's smiling at.
What? Oh, that was awkward. I'm out of here.